hell is up, you fucking cunts? This is me, recording episode 45 of Resident Bummer, and me, of course, is the Fulcrum. The Fulcrum is back. So crazy, man, I'm back. This is the 46th episode that's ever going to be released on the channel, unless you count supplementals, which I haven't even mentioned in a while, because I haven't had really any reason to do a supplemental in the near past. It's been like half a year since I've ventured to release a supplemental episode. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about supplemental episodes. Obviously, episode 0 still exists, which is why this is the 46th release in the mainline series of Resident Bummer podcasts. We're getting much closer to the new year. Currently recording this on December 5th, which is a Friday. Kind of weird. I like to record on Thursdays, but I couldn't quite get the recording in last night. You will see why when I go through my journal. But moving on, we're at a health check. Health check right now was like an 8 out of 10. Waking up this morning was like a 5. Worth like a 4, probably. Clothing check right now. Wouldn't you know it, I'm wearing some basketball shorts, and I'm wearing a Deadpool t-shirt. I'm sure I've had that combination of clothing on a different episode, but whatever. Moving on to the motivation check. I'm at like a 7. Decently motivated, but could be more motivated. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading my journal now. This is Friday, November 28th. Our first entry is set 45, day 1, 10:15 a.m. I wake up and I realize I still have to record. Oh wait, fuck. This is the wrong set. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Is this? Wait. Is this episode? Is this? Wait. Why am I so stupid right now? I don't know if my... I don't know what's going on here. I have to double check something very, very quickly. Sorry, give me just a second. I'll try. What can I talk about as I'm clearing my way through this. Okay, so we are on episode 45. Good. We uploaded episode 44 7 days ago. I don't know why. I don't know how this happened. This is not good. So this is episode 45 that I'm recording right now, right? Oh my god. Well, I just have to make sure. Let's see if I can get it. This is... Okay, so yes, confirmed. Currently, I am recording episode 45. I don't know how I accidentally got my sets mixed up somehow. Wait, what? I am so confused as to how I fucked my journal up this badly. Oh, wait. No, I think we're good. No, okay, we're good. Yeah. I'm sorry, that was me just being terribly stupid. I'm going to go ahead and get into my journal now, like I wanted to, like 5 minutes ago. Actually, more like a minute and a half ago, 2 minutes ago. Anyways, set 45, day 1, 10:15 a.m. I wake up and I realize I still have to... Wait. Oh, I'm silly. Because I think the last episode I also recorded on a Friday morning. Wow, that really threw me for a loop. Okay, so, I think, pardon that fucking awful intro, I think we're actually ready to start now, like legitimately for real this time. So let me just go ahead and I'll try not to fuck it up this time. All right, just give me some leeway here. Set 45, day 1, 10:15 a.m. I wake up and I realize I still have to record the podcast. Fuck. Oh well. 2:25 p.m. Oh, I think I read that entry on last week's episode anyways. Oh, good lord, I'm all fucking frazzled from that introduction. 2:25 p.m. is the next entry. I close today. At least it's with Richard. I do spend most of the day on Assassin's Creed. In Assassin's Creed 2, I grab some easy achievements, and then I hop over to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood to try and finish it. And it finally ends up working. Somehow this time it lets me flip around to the other side of the ladder. I guess the entire time I was on the opposite side of the ladder, which is a reality that I had predicted being the case. And so I tried to flick my stick to get around to the other side of the ladder. I can almost fucking guarantee you I tried this like a dozen times, and it just didn't work. So I just gave up on it and decided I would come back later. And it finally worked. I do kill Cesare. That's not how you say his name. Cesare, I think is how it's pronounced. Cesare. And then I check my achievement list. I think I missed a few during some story missions, which is annoying. At least I was allowed to beat the game, which is cool. Penny does say that she's able to watch some Community after I finish Brotherhood. I do end my Assassin's Creed stream and start up the stream on my laptop. Then I realize that I should update my journal as I'm waiting. Question mark for these next few entries. We do finish a couple of episodes before I change for work and drive in. I say hi to Rich, and then we get to work. It's very painless. We close up really without any incidents. I get home and then I keep playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and getting easy achievements. I do also message John. He says that we can watch stuff tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see. We'll see about that. I go to bed sometime afterwards. Also, it's the first snow of the winter season happened. I think it might have been Thursday that happened, but whatever, it was around that time. Set 45, day 2, moving on to the next day of entries. Question mark, I wake up, shit, shower, shave, and I want to die. Just kidding, not really, but it's not as bad as I make it sound. I watch a bunch of C-Nanners compilations, if you've ever heard of that YouTuber, C-Nanners, as I'm waking up, and then I just keep watching them. At some point, I do message Penny and asks if she wants to watch some Community, and this is after I realize that John is not going to message me back in a timely manner. He's apparently not busy on the, he apparently is busy on the days he said he was not, so I don't know, it just kind of keeps happening with John. Penny is not available for Community, so I do swap to playing some Assassin's Creed Brotherhood at some point, and I grab a lot of miscellaneous achievements. I gain a bit of respect for it. It's not really as bad as I once thought. I do still think 3 is unproven. I need to spend a little bit more time with 3 to make sure that it's a game I do or do not like. For me, 2, I think, is the top dog that you should aim to beat. Assassin's Creed 2 is a great game. And even when it makes me upset when I'm playing it, it's still pretty good. So, I don't know. I largely wish that I did more stuff on this Saturday. Another boring, nothing type of day, where just not a lot happens. I eat some pasta, 2 bowls of cereal. This is a bit of a yikes. I had 4 cans of soda on that Saturday. That was pretty rough. You probably don't want to have more than 1 can of soda in a day. And 2 slices of French toast from my mother. She made those in the morning. Also, I had some kettle-cooked salt and vinegar chips. Those are very tasty. They're also very white. I feel like it's just a very white person type of food to eat. But, I don't care. They're fucking good. Anyways, apparently I go to bed at some point that Saturday. I didn't journal it, but I'm sure I went to bed at some point. Moving on, set 45, day 3, 12:55 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I watch something before I change for work. I can't remember exactly what it was. I do get out of bed and change for work, eventually turn on my car to start melting the snow and ice. Then I finish getting dressed and driving to work. I say hi to Pierce and Bernard, then clock on and get to work. Bernard leaves soon after, and I chat a little bit with Pierce. After I finish cooking up some food, eventually hop onto my break and decide to update my journal while I am on my break. 9:05 p.m., Rich arrives and replaces Pierce. Then eventually I take off and get back home. Penny says she is cool to watch some Community, so I start the stream up pretty much right as I get home. First is the Christmas party episode with the history professor. Next is the Freaky Friday episode where Abed and Troy switch bodies. Followed by the prequel episode where Abed I think it's the Crazy Quilt of Destiny or something like that. If you know, you know. And finally, the last episode we watched was Jeff's graduation, Then Penny says she's going to hop off for the night. I am enjoying Community too much tonight, so I decide to keep watching Community after she takes off. I do skip the first episode of Season 5, but I just watch the entirety of Season 5 for the rest of the night, and watch a few episodes of Season 6. Question mark here for this entry. It really is such a gem of a show. I like it a lot. It's such a good show. Please go and watch it if you haven't. I implore you. I'm not gonna lie. I cried quite a bit during the episode where Troy takes off. He leaves. I realized, I thought maybe I wasn't gonna have the episode watched with Penny by this point, so I didn't want to spoil it, but me and Penny have watched that episode, so that's good. Set 45, day 4. At 4:10 p.m. I wake up. I realize it's December now. Oh my gosh, we're getting closer and closer to 2026, and then I shit, shower, brush, and watch something on YouTube before changing and driving into work. I really need to work on finishing up some more Brotherhood achievements, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood achievements, but for some reason I can't. I just don't want to load it up. I will try and do that after work tonight, is what I journaled. I do say hi to Anna and Bernard when I clock in. Then Bernard leaves. Thankfully, Anna, not long after him, also takes off. At another point, I take my break after my manager showed me a Germa vid. Showed me a video of a Germa playing... Oh god, what was the video of? VR chat, I think, maybe? I can't remember. I get home from work after I clock off, and Penny says she's down to watch some more Community, so we start with Season 5, Episode 1. It's very good stuff. Next up is Hickey's intro, followed by the Ass Crack Bandit. Pierce dies in that episode, if you don't know. Penny hops off afterwards, and I play some Brotherhood and Revelations until I go to bed. Yeah, nothing else for that day, so we're moving on to set 45, day 5. 2:55 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I scroll on my phone for far too long until I hop out of bed and play some Assassin's Creed Revelations. How productive. My dad takes off for work, and I get ready for the mall. I feel like it's been a while, and I plan on listening to some Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I am. I've never heard it pronounced any other way. I do find my parking spot, or a parking spot, avoid the snow on my way in, and grab a seat at my trusty bench, start the first album, and begin to journal my day so far. Not really much has happened, but I am pretty psyched to watch the next episode of Community with Penny. Sad stuff. She said she'd probably be free later tonight to watch it, which is cool. 1:50 a.m. Depeche Mode is pretty cool. I add some of their songs and head home after 3 of their albums. I get home and park in the street after they were cleared of snow. Play some more Assassin's Creed Revelations until Penny lets me know that we are not going to watch any Community for the night. Not an issue. I keep playing and streaming Assassin's Creed. And then a lot of nothing happens for the rest of the day. or night, I guess. So that's the end of the journaling. Moving on, set 45, day 6. This is Wednesday, December 3rd. 2:10 p.m., I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and watch a bit of C-Nanners, specifically his Trouble in Terrorist Town videos. Takes me back, man, when I used to watch them all the time. Then I check out my Spotify Wrapped for 2025. I listened to 91,140 minutes of Spotify, I guess, this year. I listened to 426 different genres of music. My top 5 genres were dance pop, metal, soundtrack, hip-hop, and oldies. I was into music from the early 80s, so Spotify called me 60 years old. On Discord, Jack said that he was told that he was 70 years old, which is cool. I listened to 6,135 songs this year, and my top song was Getting Rid of Britta, wouldn't you know, at 217 plays. Man, I remember talking about that song when I first found it earlier this year. I brought it up on the podcast. I sang a little bit of it. Second most played song was Avery, the song that I found when meeting Helen. She's good for something at least, right? Third was Annie's song, another one from Community. Number 4 song was La Mer by Bing Crosby, and number 5 was Blue by Sophie B. Hawkins. That's a good list. Those are all great songs, all songs that I can continue to listen to just fine. I listened to 329 albums this year. Hot damn. I feel like that's some good shit, right? 329 albums? That's pretty great. That's good. That's good. The top album was Dedicated by Carly Rae. Nothing but respect. She is really fucking good at making songs. Second album was Lebing, then Whaler by Sophie B. Hawkins. Lebing was by Bing Crosby, of course, his French album. Followed by Wilderness by Sophie B. Hawkins as well. And finally, Stereo Hype by VHS Collection. I do recommend all of these albums if you haven't heard any of them. I think they're all pretty good. I got through 51,317 minutes of podcasts this year. 32,757 of those were Rooster Teeth podcast. The rest was Regulation podcast, as well as the So Alright podcast, which is Jeff Ramsey's solo podcast. Good stuff all around. I love to see it. I listened to 1,533 different artists. Fuck yeah. I spent 1,472 minutes with Carly Rae Jepsen, my girl. I'm number 19,180 for top listeners from Carly. My top 5 artists were, following Carly, Taylor Swift, Shakira, Sophie B. Hawkins, and Halo. Yeah, I listened to a decent amount of Halo music this year, which is nice. I'm in Club Serotonin, whatever the fuck that means. It sounds pretty stupid, but I guess I'm a recruiter in that club, according to Spotify. It just feels fucking stupid to say it out loud, though. So, I also asked Penny to send anything she has on her Wrapped. She tells me that she only really had one album on it, which was Beach Bunny's new album. I don't think I've heard of the artist. I told her that I'll have to check them out sometime today, or sometime at some point. 3:25 p.m. Also, it seems like John is getting super flaky. I'll keep trying. Question mark for this entry. Eventually, I get into and out of work. Nothing special there today. I get home and start watching Community with Penny after a little bit. We start with Pierce's death episode, or his send-off. He died in the previous episode, of course. Whoa, excuse me. Oh, man. Unfortunately, right as the sentimental stuff in this episode hits, or it starts hitting, oh my god, my mom knocks on my door with my nephew, and just distracts me for like the next 3 or 4 minutes. So I don't get to, I mean, I know I've seen the episode like 40 times now. It's still just as good rewatching it again. So I'm not going to lie. I was legitimately upset. I was like, God fucking damn it. Of all of the fucking times that you could choose to knock on my door and fucking bother me, you choose my favorite episode that I'm showing to Penny. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's just the way the universe works, I guess. Definitely didn't let my mom know. There's just no point saying that. I'm honestly thinking I might have to rewatch that episode with her at some point, but at that point, I don't know, I feel like I'm just being a freak about it. She does hop off after the Buzz versus Annie episode, where they're trying to get a corkboard hung up in the cafeteria. The fucking journal entry is so stupid. You just gotta bear down and fat dog it, man. It's just that simple. Therapy is overrated. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving on. Anyways, I play some Assassin's Creed Revelations before hopping into bed and going to sleep. Oh, whoa, no. Okay, there we go. Which brings us to the end of that day of journaling. Moving on to Thursday, December 4th, set 45, day 7. At 11:20 a.m., I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and sit in bed watching Jeff and Emily play some Peggle 2. Eventually, it's time for me to change and drive into work. Say hi to Pierce, Anna, and Bernard. Then I clock on and get to work. I realize I need to update my journal a little bit into my shift. Question mark for this entry. Work sucks. And I get there and get back home. I just don't really want to talk about it. It's just a boring ass day at work. Eventually start streaming some Assassin's Creed Revelations. While I'm doing that, Jack joins the Discord call. We have some fun talking about stuff. Then, if you remember Kelvin, he has appeared on this podcast before. He joins, not as a host, but as a character that I talk about. It's been a minute since I've talked to him. Then we realized that another person that has also appeared on this podcast before, Chud, wants to talk. We swapped to another server on Discord and joined Chud. I keep playing Assassin's Creed Revelations and have a great time talking with everyone while I'm there. Eventually, I start drinking, have a buzzball and 2 beers, and I get pretty fucked up off of those 3 items. Also, Jack and Chud hop off after a while. Kelvin has been gone for a while at this point. I just smacked the pop filter also, so I hope you enjoyed that sound. Finish Assassin's Creed Revelations after they're gone. Do smoke a little bit of the funny stuff at the same time and get prepped to record episode 45. I do need to get the doc ready. I also want to get a review of Assassin's Creed Revelations from an AI. LOL, I missed the first half of the game. Yeah, there was a lot of missions in Revelations where I just was not really paying attention to anything at all. Just like running through the motions. But a question mark here for this final entry. I decide that I am too drunk to record episode 45, and I postpone it until Friday and go sleep mode. Which brings us to set 46. What? Day 1? 1:20 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, then decide to record after work. I totally threw up in the shower from that drinking last night. Damn. Fortunately, though, my tummy calms down right before I leave for work at 1:25 p.m. Change for work and drive into work. Clock on and say hi to Anna and Pierce. Then I get to work. I try to update my journal through my shift, but I keep getting interrupted. I don't want to be that guy who's just sitting there on his phone the whole time. Rich shows up for another closing shift after a while. Nice. Say hi to him and hop on my break. Can't remember if I mentioned yesterday, but I had Penny for my top Discord friend. Discord does a thing that's kind of similar to the Spotify Wrapped. I think it's Discord Checkpoint is what they call it. But, yeah, Penny lets me know that I am her top friend as well. At 5:25 p.m., eventually I say hi to Ben when he arrives, and then at some point I clock off, head home, and get prepped to record episode 45 when I get into my room. And that brings us to the current moment in time, which means that I guess I'm gonna hop into the outros. And of course, I don't really care for the outro. I'll give this week a rating, which would be like a 7, I guess. I don't know. Nothing too spectacular or fantastic about this week. Also, nothing too terrible or horrible, so that's good. The current word count that we are at in our journaling process is 63,266 words journaled. I didn't bother looking anything up for this number. I didn't want to ask, because any kind of fact or information that I get is just stupid. It's just the worst. It doesn't make any sense. But I guess the last thing is last here. I do have to ask you, am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off?